is a Bramble Jam podcast.
Ho! It's me, Bran, and I love Marvel Mondays.
Hello! It's me, Ryan.
Hold
on.
Something
it was so
happened.
perfect. The video was great. We can't hear you.
Talk real
changed?
quick. Yeah,
Check,
so
check,
it's still
check.
connected. There's something happened here.
Unbelievable.
I got
You heard me the whole time.
there. Hold on.
It's the only take you're going to get of that too. There's no way to really replicate that at all.
No.
You heard?
Wait for it.
Why
wait
did it
for
switch to that? All right, talk now.
Check, check, check.
He's back. Look at that.
What happened?
I'll leave it.
Man.
I'll do I want to cut? Do I want to edit this? I'll edit it.
Wow. Go ahead. Whenever you're ready, right guy. Act like he just said it.
Hello! I'm Ryan and I like Marvel Mondays seamlessly.
Hello. I'm Dan and winter is coming and this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
What is going on?
Brandon and friends host his podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Yes.
Thing on?
No, we're fine. Everything's fine. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Marvel Monday. Captain America. If you didn't get that from the opener,
The deuce.
that we were all doing Captain America impressions, I don't
Yeah, we crushed it.
felt like that was
pretty good.
pretty cut and dry. But
Yeah.
One of our better impressions.
You
right
said
up
you
there
told me
with
you
Mike
worked
White.
out for a few weeks for that.
I did.
You knew
I did.
you were like, for Winter Soldier, I'm going to really get
Yeah, I'm gonna get swole.
yoked. That's right.
Swole.
I heard it in your voice too.
No, yeah. If
Yeah.
you're listening just on the podcast, you would hear
Just
it
know
for sure.
I've put on 100 pounds of muscle.
all muscle.
Pure muscle.
That's right.
Really impressive.
Putting my total weight to 181. I was 81 pounds when I started this podcast.
Wow.
It's 100 pounds
You
of pure
you
muscle.
weighed as much as Steve Rogers pre-op.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Listen, I have so much in common with Steve Rogers.
Yeah, you do. Of course you do.
I've always said that.
Hey, Rye Guy, how you doing, bud?
I'm really tired today, Bran and Dan. How are you guys doing?
No, I'm sorry to hear that.
What
Rye
happened
guy.
to you?
I don't even know if this
sweet
is
Is being
actually
an agent's just a 24-hour
it's
day
just
job?
nonstop.
You know what? Actually, it does require a decent amount of work, but I'm quite
You got
enjoying
your work
it.
phone. You're leaving your
Yeah.
phone.
Just one phone. I once had a work phone way long ago, and I left
Way
my
long
actual
ago.
phone in an Uber. And I was at the Chicago airport. It was a real Kevin McAllister moment. And then I was.
That is this a
And you
joke?
say you've never heard this bad impression
It's spot
before.
on. It's like he's here. And then I was so worked up about it. This is years ago. It's like 2019. That the Uber driver was very nice and brought my my phone back.
Well,
and
how'd you get a hold of him?
I jerry rigged it somehow, like through the Uber app. It was 2019. It was the Wild West back then. You can get your Uber driver's number, like, you know, if you really
Sure.
tried. Yeah.
If you really wanted it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I gave him like all the money I had in my wallet. And I realized what a dumb decision that was. Like, I could have just tipped him on the app.
Tipped him on the app.
You
Save
gave
that
him
cash.
all the money you had. in
Like,
your
dude, I was just
wallet.
like, my flight was going, I literally had to dart through the Chicago airport
O'Hare.
like Kevin McAllister
Yeah.
in Home Alone 2. I mean, but that's not why I'm tired today. Our fire alarm went off this morning.
Ooh.
At approximately 4:30 a.m. Now, it's important to note that this has happened several times over the last month and a half.
What's going
Early
on there?
morning. I don't know. They're telling me it's a circuitry and wire problem with the alarm.
That's what they're telling you, huh? Early precincts reporting.
I don't know what to believe, right?
What's the
and-
other
You
option?
think someone's covering up something?
Or is there just a Yuletide prankster pulling the fire alarm?
Right.
Like, you know.
Well, they
like,
would
it's-
know that. Well, why would they?
A
Why would they
Yuletide
keep
prankster in early March?
guilty? Why would they keep that from you though?
I mean, why does big fire alarm do anything? Like, you know,
Dude, big
it's-
fire alarm. Phew, man.
So how long? So the alarm goes off at 4:30. Everybody
Approximately.
evacuates, goes outside.
Everybody evacuates, and this has happened so many times now that we've all developed a pretty good strategy of just going straight to the parking garage and driving off, right? Like, why wait around? Because and this is where the real creepy thing here is that, like, eventually one of these is going to be real fire, right? And
That's
like we're all just
creepy.
meandering out.
That's
But
creepy stuff.
So here's the thing. Alyssa's out of town this week. She's at the happiest place on earth, Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Yeah, of course.
And she's at Disney. And I got
And
Luna by
Jackson
myself.
Hole?
Yeah, it's a
What?
different Disney. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. And I got Luna by myself. And dogs, as I'm sure you know, I do not take well to fire alarms.
No,
Sure.
they certainly do not.
Yeah. And so Alyssa's car is the one with the bed in the back seat and kind of like the clip so that when we're driving, Luna is like, secure, except it wasn't prepared. So like it wasn't ready to go. And so I have Luna in one hand, and it would have taken a lot of effort for me to, jerry rig it up. So I just say, hey, we're just going to stay in the parking garage for 20 minutes. Let this thing ride out. 2 hours later, this alarm went nonstop for legitimately 2 hours. And it reached a point where Luna is like trying to hide under the car. At one point, we're in the closet to make the sound. Like I couldn't get her. It was a mess. It was a mess.
Dude, I hate that.
What I want to ask you, I know this isn't the most interesting story. What I want to ask you is, I feel like we should get some rent off for this, don't you?
100%. I think once it goes past 15, 30 minutes.
I think you get one. So like if this was the first time it had happened, you get there's a things happen.
Of
here,
course.
Where it's like 2 hours, that sucks, but listen, like we're doing the best we can here. You're telling me there's a Yuletide prankster at play. And this is going on all the time.
Could be.
At
We gotta
some
find
point,
that pal.
maybe the second, and if not the second, definitely the third time, I would be speaking to someone and going, I'm not paying for this. I'm paying specifically not for this. So I'd like to see that reflected in my rent. I agree with you 100%.
Okay.
So you're going to do it? You're going to play hardball?
I mean, I would call him right now, but we know I'm not brave enough to do that. But yeah, I might play hardball.
You should let me do it. I would be.
That'd be great.
Hey,
I don't
it's
know.
Ryan Popola here.
Oh wow, Ryan.
Do I sound different? A little.
Yeah.
Dude,
I'm trying something.
Well, try to do a voice.
I'm very hard to impersonate.
I'm
people
very
like
hard to
that.
impersonate people. I can do it. No problem.
Do it again. That was very good.
Hey, Winter Soldier's my favorite, bucko.
Oh,
I don't think
you.
you sound anything like.
yeah, you're big on the bucko.
Bucko.
Big on the bucko. Did you
I
have
want to say
your
first off rip.
Did you have your portable DVD player with you?
No, so our portable Blu-ray player.
Sorry.
Excuse
my
listen.
bad.
Can I apologize for him?
Yeah,
This
was embarrassing.
D-bag over here saying DVD.
Our
hate
portable, it's a good
Old.
question, but our portable Blu-ray player has become our actual Bluray player.
Times are tough.
Because we which I'm a little bummed.
Is there an output into the big TV?
Yeah,
Okay.
well, we haven't actually. I'm looking at it right now. As if you're watching on YouTube, well, you're not seeing this part if you're on YouTube.
No,
but
we've stopped
if you're
cutting stuff out.
Oh, good. Okay,
Yeah.
good. You know,
We're
I dip
back,
in and out.
baby.
Like, yeah.
People stop watching 7 minutes in regardless.
It's crazy. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what 7 they get.
They might as well hear about my goings
That's exactly right.
Yeah. I'm in the living room today, and we had a DVD player in the living room and a DVD player in our bedroom. I thought one of them was a Blu-ray player. It wasn't. And so shy of buying a Blu-ray player, I did some research and found out that my portable Blu-ray player could just be a Blu-ray player. So that one is now
It's typically how those work, right?
Yeah.
So what do you?
Well, no, I wasn't sure because you needed an output. And what if you closed the lid, et cetera, et cetera? We haven't tested it out yet, but it's going to be fine.
So you can close the lid,
I think so. It'd be annoying if we can't, we're going to have to buy a Blu-ray player. You know what I mean?
right? But there is an output.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It can definitely be a Blu-ray
I
player.
mean, if you just want a Blu-ray player, they're not expensive. They're pretty.
Dude, like,
have you seen?
have you seen?
Look at this graph. Look at
Yeah,
this graph
can
you
you
sent
bring
me
it
the
up?
other day.
Dude,
Yeah,
I'm big into.
I don't think there's any personal information.
I don't
on
know
it.
if I can
I
pull
look
it
at
up,
physical
though.
media players
see.
probably at least once a month, just out of curiosity.
What you been buying on physical media?
I
lately?
have my latest purchase on physical media was.
Look at this spending chart. Look at this spending
Oh my!
chart.
Is
How about
this
that?
is this Rye Guy?
This is
spending
Rye
chart?
Guy
Look
spending
at
chart.
January and February.
We're accountability buddies. He
I
sends
mean,
me a spending chart.
What do you send him?
Nothing.
Okay.
He just kind of encourages me from afar.
I love how this makes it look like your spending's non-existent, but these January, February numbers are still inching up towards $1,000, right? Is this
Yeah, but
spending on just
this
like
is all-
eBay stuff?
No.
everything?
I have crushed it. I have genuinely. So this is what I was. gonna talk about.
October almost
Is
killed
this
you.
including like your meals and stuff?
Yeah, that's all. That's like takeout. It's every.
He's
dude, I'm
doing
cru-
great.
Dude, that is an insanely low number.
Thank you. Now, Grant, I want to be fair. Alyssa and I have like a joint credit card that we put some stuff on.
Credit
so
card,
it's
you
not my
got it.
entire, but like still, I think I've changed my life.
Dude,
Genuinely.
I mean,
I tried to get him to put in a bet for me yesterday, and he wouldn't do it.
I know there's
I don't gamble anymore.
I know there's
I've
4 people. Oh, you don't put bets in. You're done with that.
Not until September.
Well, yeah, that's when it matters. I mean, I know I have a family of 4 at home, but like we go to 2 grocery stores and Costco on Friday, eat out twice over the weekend. I spend more than that in a weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I'm
That's
doing
crazy.
cold cut sandwiches for lunch. I mean, like if I cut out takeout, like I would spend nothing if I didn't do eBay.
Look,
So-
man.
You got to have a hobby though, right, guy? You don't want to get too low.
Well, this was what I was going to talk about. I think we'll have to save it for next week because eventually we have to talk about Captain America. But
Nah.
my office is almost done, and I am worried. What is my we've lived here 2.5 years now almost. I've been building out the office. When the office is done, what is my next
Dude,
thing?
I'm just telling you, and you're about to enter it. You guys are a little bit younger than me. It's just so much more dangerous to not have a project.
Yeah, no,
It's
I
so
kind of
much
think
more
you're right.
dangerous when you have any sort of, and none of us are independently wealthy. When you have any sort of expendable income, if you have a project that you're nickel and diming, it keeps you so much more financially responsible than going, I don't have a project right now, and since I don't, I guess I'll just buy this thing.
I'm going to buy the $600
That's right.
headphones all of a sudden.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
I kind of agree with you. I'm a little worried.
You know, me going to the butcher every week and going, what should I cook this week? And leaving with like an $80 project is more money than I should spend on something like that, even though the food typically has been turning out great lately.
Oh, really good cook.
But
really good.
but if I didn't have that and I just sat around and be like, I don't have anything, I'd be like, yeah, Jordan 11 Concords, let's do it. I don't need Jordan 11 Concords.
No.
I don't need them.
Yeah.
But like,
gotcha.
you know what I mean? Or I'd be like, let's just go do like, I'm just telling you, like, that's a very important thing.
My hobby
I'll
is
keep you
not
updated.
spending money because I don't think I'm worth it.
Well, yeah. And that's why you need an accountability buddy, is because you should be telling somebody that.
I
Maybe
really
your
thought
hobby
Dan
could be
was-
therapy.
Yeah,
I really thought Dan was going to go full Dan there and be like, and that's fair.
we get it. You're not wrong. All right, shall we do it?
We can talk about the movie.
Yeah, let's do it.
Captain America Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
The
Winter Soldier.
Winter
Yes.
Soldier. How's March 13th, 2014 at the El Capitan sound to you boys?
Oh man,
Really good.
what a day!
Well, if you didn't go there, you're going to have to wait a couple weeks. April 4th, 2014 for everybody else. None of the captains, El Capitans out there. Captain America at the El Capitan?
That had to be
Wow.
on purpose, right?
How
It
about
can't be
that?
a coincidence.
How
Yeah.
about that? It went a little something like this. Steve goes for a run, and he's so fast.
On your left.
It's so funny. He meets a guy named Sam. They yuck it up a bit. Natasha picks him up. They have a mission to attend to. Even though they're on a mission together, Black Widow has a different mission than Cap does over there. He's not happy about that and tells Nick Fury as much. Nick, St. Nicholas over there doesn't care. He doesn't care because, see, listen, that'll happen. So Nick Fury goes to decrypt the data that Natasha gave him, but he can't, which he finds suspicious. When he goes to meet with another agent, he's ambushed by so many people.
All the things.
people are out to get him that day. It's not good. And after a big crash, we see someone that I'm personally going to call the Winter Soldier. You can call him what you want to.
interesting.
That's
That's a good
something that
idea.
I see him. I see Winter
We'll allow
Soldier.
it.
Yeah.
Walking towards him. Nick Fury is able to escape before the Winter Soldier gets to him. He's able to get into Steve's apartment, tells him about what happened, and hands him a flash drive of the data, tells him, trust no one. Bad news, gang. Nick Fury's dead.
Force him out.
Man, crazy.
And it's Marvel, so you know that death is gonna stay.
It is.
It's gonna stick.
We'll
At
never
least
see him
for,
again.
at
No
least
way.
for an hour or so. And Natasha is confused why Nick was in Steve's apartment. And she's like, see, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good, does it, not to know all the information, huh? Steve is now a fugitive. Everybody wants to take him out. Doesn't take long for people to start attacking him. An elevator. Luckily, Natasha is on his side. They're able to find a location of the old S.H.I.E.L.D. base in New Jersey. While heading there, they have to kiss to get people off their case.
Yeah, it happens.
Who hasn't?
We've all been there.
We've all been
You know
there.
what I mean?
They get to the base. They head to the basement. Natasha's able to get the computer to boot up. The computer now holds... Stay with me here. The consciousness of Zola. You know what I'm saying? Saw them live, by the way. Really good. But you remember Zola from Red Skull fame. Well, now his consciousness lives in this computer.
Made you take ayahuasca before you went in for the
That's
concert,
exactly
which is
right.
Weird.
Turns out S.H.I.E.L.D. recruited Zola to reform Hydra. Turns out didn't work out great. Now the Winter Soldier's out there doing all the dirty work. It's not good stuff, everybody. Steve Rogers and Natasha almost get stuck in the bunker when a missile hits it. They're able to get out of there. And so Winter Soldier has now said, hey, he's told, get him. Go, get him. Feeling like they need a little help, Cap decides to bring in Sam into the fold here from that time that he met him while running. I ran with this guy. He's a good guy. Let's bring him in. Let's bring him
somebody
in.
there for
on your left, they're trying to get some insight from a Hydra mole, but the Winter Soldier shows up. Big fight, big fun. But Steve recognizes him without his mask. It's his old pal, Bucky Barnes. But when he says, Bucky, Bucky doesn't recognize him. Bucky, run. Bucky, run. But Bucky doesn't recognize. Bucky doesn't know what he's talking about. Who's Bucky? I'm Winter Soldier.
Never heard of him.
They are captured by baddies, but which, by the way, let's read that email. Captured by the baddies, Agent Hill is able to break them out and brings them to a secret hideout where they find out that Nick Fury's alive!
Hey!
Yay!
Stressful hour.
They
Never saw it coming.
They hatch a big plan that involves Black Widow going full Mission Impossible with a face disguise to break into Hydra, and with the plan of leaking all the information if they can get all the things that they need to do the things. Nick Fury shows up to help make that possible. I'm alive, baby. Meanwhile, Cap and Sam are struggling in a fight with Bucky Barnes. It's not looking good for Cap. Cap falls. He's gonna drown. Bucky Barnes rescues him before disappearing. S.H.I.E.L.D. is now...
Hero, baby.
S.H.I.E.L.D.'s now having a tough time. Natasha shows back up before a Senate meeting and defends what they did together, her and Steve. Nick Fury is now everybody still thinks he's dead. Like everybody, they're not aware of that. So he's able to go out and try to solve the rest of this Hydra thing. And Steve Rogers and Sam decide, you know what we're going to go do? We're going to go find Bucky Barnes. And that, my friends, was Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
We did it.
We did do it.
Wow, Bran, you are yoked, man.
You, dude, it's crazy how much you've been in the gym. It's unbelievable.
Listen.
You're like a whole thing of eggs, man.
A whole thing of eggs?
Yeah, I ate a whole thing of eggs.
Like a carton?
Well, that's
what
what I
do you
might
mean,
say.
a thing of eggs?
Well, you're like a whole cart. You're a whole carton of
thing
eggs.
of eggs.
A whole thing of eggs?
Yeah.
They call me Bran Eggs. That wasn't good.
We had a lot of fun here at Deck the Hall.
Welcome back,
you know what I mean?
everybody, to Marvel Monday. Damn,
Yeah,
we got
it
a
is.
great email.
We got a great email.
Got a great email this week,
Yeah.
and I was reminded of it when I said baddies.
That's right. We typically throw the term baddies around here when there's a villain in a Marvel movie. We've all said it. Take it to the tape. Noah emailed us and said, my name is Noah. I'm a big fan of the show, especially Marvel Mondays. As someone who is Gen Z, the term baddies has a very different meaning to us. Usually it is a term used to describe a good-looking girl. Example, dang, did you see that girl over there? She's a baddie.
Yeah.
Just wanted to let you guys know. However, it does make me laugh every time I hear it on the show, so I'm not opposed to y'all changing any type of lingo to describe the villains/evil characters.
All right.
I wrote back, Noah, thanks for reaching out and keeping us honest on the Gen Z slang. Much appreciated. Go out there and snag a baddie? Question mark.
Great response.
Noah wrote back, I appreciate you guys getting back to me. I have a girlfriend. She is very much a baddie. Wear your pearls, Noah, which is a deep cut from Noah from Take the Day Off. Means he's a real deal fan.
That's right.
No, we got Gen Z fans out there, Brandon.
He's a real fan, no cap.
No cap. Well, we are capping today because it's Captain America.
Yeah.
But Noah.
Oh, Brand!
I know.
Brand X!
Noah.
Brand X coming in hot.
Noah, what do we got to do to get you to Bramblefest, bud?
Dude,
I think,
no kidding.
Come on, maybe we'll do a Marvel movie.
Yeah, bring your baddie with you.
Bring your baddie. We will respect her. We won't call her baddie to her face.
No, I'm pretty sure that's pretty much true now.
It's good.
I don't know. I don't know where we stand with that.
Noah and
I
his
guarantee
baddie,
you we should not call anyone 20 years younger than us a baddie.
that's what I'm trying to say.
Yes. Yeah.
You were pushing for it.
No,
though.
I was not.
You want Noah and his baddie to
I'm
come into the
saying
doors
we
of
would-
Bramblefest,
we-
and you'd be like, "What up, baddie?"
I've never. No, I would say
Okay.
we read it just now, so the world has heard us say it. We would not. That's not how we would call
You
her
wouldn't
name.
do it on.
No.
Well, I didn't do anything here. You wouldn't do it unprompted.
Yeah.
Oh,
You want my hot
man.
take, Bran?
I would love your
On-
hot
on
take
the baddie?
on baddies. Yes.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm taking his word for it.
Bran, were you aware of this when you were saying it?
Yeah.
'Cause you're
I've
hot.
heard
that. We've
baddie,
heard that
of
term
course.
before.
I
Yeah,
have.
yeah, yeah.
I don't live under a
we're
rock.
hip.
I
No,
don't
we
live
know
under a
things.
listen. We
We're all
got
over the age of 35, but we're hip.
We got Riz. We're ready to go. Yeah, let's do hot take. What do you think about this one, right guy?
So this is the first Marvel movie that the Russo brothers direct. They famously go on to direct Captain America: Civil War and
Infinity War, Endgame.
Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah.
And now Doomsday coming out later this year, which is the whole reason why we're here. I don't know if mileage varies on the Russo brothers. I will say for me, their version of Marvel is the version of Marvel that I like the most. And now granted, and that's just me. It's a personal preference.
Yeah.
And even that sentence deserves some qualifiers because the MCU is now such an expansive thing that has tried, even though they're all ultimately superhero vehicles, they've tried different things and they've tried different subgenres within the overall genre. So I maybe that's a little unfair to say that the four movies that the Russo brothers have made is the feeling that I enjoy the most, but it is. For me, it is. And I'm not exaggerating. And maybe it's because, you see their names on the credits, but I just literally felt their touch from the first On Your Left scene through the rest of the way. They just have a very distinct feel for these movies. I'm not saying they're the greatest directors of all times. I've seen their other work and it's fine.
They started on they were a huge part of my two favorite television comedies of all time, Arrested Development and Community. That's where they got their start. They directed those. They even had a part in producing
They did the paintball episode, right?
They are hugely influential on millennial culture. And they're baddies. They have made, we'd said it, you got it. But have you ever seen a movie of theirs that isn't a Marvel movie?
21 Bridges is just fine.
It is the best that they have. The rest, they've got some and I don't know what it is. I don't know why that is, but I'm not disagreeing with your take. Go ahead, Raga.
Yeah, and so I'm going to praise this movie a lot, and I'm going to praise them a lot. I just don't want people thinking that I'm a Russo's stan the way I'm like a Natalie Portman stan. I really like their Marvel work. I'm not saying that they're like infallible for me.
They're not top 10 directors, pound for pound.
They're right up there with Scorsese and Spielberg.
Yeah, you get it.
What I would say about this movie, and I think it's excellent. I won't bury the lead. It's my new number one overall. I think there's Marvel diehards out there, bigger Marvel diehards than any of us that would say out of the entire MCU that a lot of people still have this, if not first overall in their top 5.
Winter Soldier is a very Empire Strikes Back-y kind of movie for a lot of Marvel stans. Yes.
What I would say about this movie, other than what I just said about how I just think that the Russo brothers get it, at least for what I want out of these movies. To me, the most important thing this movie did, really not just for the purposes of this movie, but for the MCU overall. And this might seem like minutia, and it might seem like I'm kind of digging deep, but like the dynamic between Natasha and Cap specifically, to me, is the actual promise of what the MCU is supposed to be, is that there's this expanded universe, even more so than the Avengers film, which is just 2 movies ago. It's this expanded universe. Yes, it's a Captain America film, but Scarlett Johansson, Natasha, Black Widow is a part of this expanded universe, and she works seamlessly into this film. And these two characters are, to me, like the best stuff in this movie is the stuff with them in the mall, and not necessarily the kiss. But like just the fact that these two characters know each other and are operating on this specific mission, and it can happen so seamlessly and feels organic. I love that stuff, and to me, it went a long way. I think, Bran, you said last week or the week before, so often, at least these first couple Avengers movies, and especially Civil War, are like, oh, we're the Avengers, but we don't like each other. But what people like about comics is in part the ability for comics to seamlessly bring other characters from other franchises in and it be a totally organic, seamless story. So I love that stuff. Isolating the movie on its own, I also just think it's great. It's probably the first time, and this happens a lot now, I think in later years with Marvel, where Marvel was like, all right, we're going to try to make a political thriller. And they make a really, really good one. And I also think just because of the Russo brothers touch that it's the best they have to offer. I honestly didn't take too many detailed notes after this. I have stuff like Winter Soldier's arrival is baller. And Anthony Mackie is great from Jump. Bucko.
Bucko. You just see, I told you you'd say Bucko.
Yeah, I would have preferred you saying right off rip, but it's okay.
Yeah. No, I love this movie. Iron Man is still great. But this clears Iron Man for me. I don't know if it will wind up. I can't imagine a scenario where this ends up number one overall for me at the end of this exercise, but I would be surprised if this ever dips below 4 or 5, Brand. I love this movie.
All right, fair enough. I had a ball with this movie. It's an absolute blast. Not many complaints at all about this movie. The chemistry between Cap and Black Widow is unbelievable. The will they won't their nature of it, which is not the most, not even really a huge part of this movie, but you just feel it.
No kidding.
You feel that chemistry throughout this movie. And even if there wasn't the kiss in this movie, you would still feel that. This chemistry of dude, there's something going on there. And it's electric. So those two are wonderful. I really this movie was so much fun. And Natasha going in and going, I said in the synopsis, going full Mission Impossible, taking mask off. It's just so much. This movie is so much fun, and it does a great job of combining these the best part of the movies that we've liked so far, which is this movie has stakes that seem realistic, but also it's funny at times. It doesn't take itself overly seriously. And listen, Nick Fury walking out is awesome. He's not dead, but it's still awesome when he shows back up. So much to like about this movie. I have a number 2 overall. So I did like this movie overall more than the Avengers movie. So I put it at number 2. So I have Iron Man, and then Winter Soldier, Avengers for my top 3. That's what I got right now. Dano?
Yeah, this is a great movie. I would say, and this is not a knock, this is a feature, not a bug. This movie, until the last set piece, is less of a superhero movie and more of a just gritty action movie. It's like a Paul Greengrass Bourne movie with less shaky cam, a little bit Mission Impossible, but until that last set piece where they're flying around and they're blowing up the ships and there's doing some actual superhero stuff, this is a very organically shot and made. It looks really good and it feels really good. The other thing it has going for it, aside from the chemistry that you guys both mentioned, and it needs to be mentioned by all three of us, because look, Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, 2 of the most attractive people that have ever walked the earth. Those 2 at the height of their powers, working together with this chemistry that is off the charts, takes this movie a long way. Also, this movie didn't have a lot to lose. I think we need to make sure we frame this. If a movie wasn't called Iron Man or The Avengers, it wasn't getting $200 million domestic, right? Captain America 1, these movies weren't flops, but it didn't reach $200 million domestic. Thor didn't reach $200 million domestic. Unless it was Iron Man or The Avengers, they were still trying to find out if there was another property that could take the leap into being something more than just another Marvel movie. And so the Russo brothers are kind of playing with house money here. And I know that if you said that now, people would be like, no, they weren't. This is a big deal and it's very important. But they were playing with house money. And I think there's a very free, they don't feel like they have to follow any form or function that's been set before them. They feel very free in this movie directing. And yeah, it's their best movie. For sure, it's their best movie. This movie has a dark quality to it. It advances the story in an organic way. It is almost, when we talked about Thor: The Dark World, we talked about the universe is at stake. This is almost like it's such an inside baseball movie of S.H.I.E.L.D. has become Hydra that it does have obviously universal implications, but there's almost not a baddie in it. Do you know what I mean? Like there's almost not
no baddie.
Yeah. And they still pull it off pretty flawlessly. There's a few little minor wait whats, but pretty flawlessly. Where I will differ from you two, although this is 3 on my list, and I think it's 3 going away. The degree of difficulty of Iron Man and the degree of difficulty of Avengers are both higher than this. And the sheer fun factor of those 2 movies, I think, are way higher than this movie. But for me, I hate killing Nick Fury and bringing him back to life with the one heartbeat per hour thing or whatever it is. I hate it. It is you too, Rye Guy, but you especially, Brand, know that my least favorite thing in these movies that will become more and more egregious as we go.
Buckle up for more.
Yes, is this no one's really dead thing. And I got to be honest, when Nick Fury dies and they show him, the rule of movies is like someone's not dead until they show you them dead. When they show him on the table with the sheet, this movie was a 1,000 of 10 for me. It brought me back to the theater watching it yesterday when I watched this movie, because I was like, in the theater, I was like, they did it. I can't believe they did this, but they did it. This is a huge deal. Samuel L. Jackson's incredibly important, but they killed him. This movie is Empire Strikes Back. It is that important. It's that consequential. And then when they bring him back, I would be lying if I tell you I didn't not only eye roll and sigh, but it immediately drops this movie down for me. It is an unforgivable sin, and I love Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm so glad that Samuel L. Jackson is in all these movies, and I love Nick Fury, but it's an unforgivable sin to me to do this thing and then pull the consequences back, which they do so many times, and they do it so often. It's also why I love Avengers Endgame, is because unless I'm right about Doomsday, there's a death that they've actually made final and permanent, which is pretty great. So that does detract from this movie. But make no mistake, what Evans and Johansson are doing are unbelievable. What the Russo brothers are doing are unbelievable. And what they did for superhero movies, grounding it in a lot of reality and like almost Dark Knight style action. I feel like this movie borrowed heavily from the Dark Knight in a lot of its street chases, in some of its dialogue, and how serious they were about the stakes, and how it didn't feel cartoony at all, really, until Falcon starts blowing up that ship with the thing he does. And the last set piece is amazing too. A thrill ride from start to finish. Easily number 3. This movie in my original ranking on Letterboxd is 6 or 7 all time. Oh. This is a movie that really holds up and goes really well. I just think Iron Man and the Avengers are 2 of my top 6. So I think this is 7 right behind the Avengers. Very, very close. Iron Man 1, Avengers 2, this 3.
Well, it's time for the feels. We're talking about what in this movie gave us feels. Right, guy?
Yeah. The On Your Left opening, I know we've already talked about it a little bit. Also, I think I said it briefly, but Anthony Mackie is great here. It's a great way to introduce the character. And even though he doesn't like to take pictures with people in real life, he's awesome. And have you heard about that?
No, I haven't.
He does not. Anthony Mackie will not acknowledge you if you see him in the wild and want to take a picture with him or say
he
hello.
won't acknowledge you.
He will not, like, genuinely. Like,
but my thing is that I appreciate the consistency.
I agree. I'm not mad at him for it, but or actually, excuse me, I don't want to mischaracterize it. I think he will chat with you, but the moment you ask for a picture, he will totally ignore you
that.
Completely.
I have there was a story about Steve Harvey who sent like a company-wide email on Family Feud where he was like, "I'm not stopping to talk to you," or someone had to communicate this for Steve Harvey. And Steve Harvey's whole thing was, I can talk all day. Time is money. We're trying to get people home to their families. I have to do Family Feud. I'm not here to talk to you. And I appreciate just the upfront of that. But if he's going to chat you up all day and then be like, nah, bro, then now I'm not as on board.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Granted, you'd meet him at a con. I'm sure he's lovely. And again, he's one of my favorite actors. I love that guy. But On Your Left is a great isolated moment. It's a great intro to Sam. Sam is great in this film. And then, not to get ahead of ourselves here, they pay it off at the end here. And then it was impossible now knowing what the whole scope of the MCU looks like to not think about how for me, it's one of years from now, or for our purposes, months from now, one of the all-time great in theater cheers is when they paid that off years later. So it was my current feels and almost like a premature feels for down the road, Brent.
Oh, wow. How about that?
I forgot about On Your Left in game. I forgot about it until you just said it.
It's a great moment.
The that elevator fight scene is phenomenal.
It's unbelievable.
Really incredible. Yeah.
Obviously, just like super BA, just to see him do it.
Super BA.
Super BA.
Super BA.
Batty A.
Batty A. But what a beautifully shot sequence. Like, just masterful. It's as good as it gets for me when it comes to these superhero movies. Like, just seeing Captain America do his thing, like everybody is coming for him. No problem. No problem. It was awesome.
You can do this all day.
Truly awesome. Yeah. I don't know. How do you watch it and not go, whoop? That's good TV.
Woo! Yeah. I like the Nick Fury chase scene early in this movie. That's mine. I think the elevator scene's amazing and stylistically unbelievable, but just the sheer carnage and just like the muscular shooting of that scene. Like, it felt like a scene that was shot in a Nolan movie.
I could do that now, though. As someone
not
with muscle,
that kind of muscular.
I have 100 pounds of added muscle.
Yeah, Brand Eggs over here. That's a different behind a camera. Are you still Brand Eggs if you're shooting it behind a camera?
Yeah, I'm strong.
Okay, of course. It just like,
you got it.
Nolan has this feel to how he shoots those scenes where you're like, every car is being actually demolished and destroyed. And that scene has that feel. I don't know how they did it. Maybe they destroyed all those cars a la Michael Bay. But I'm just telling you, it like early in the movie, and then you see him die and you're like, man, this movie is like, they learned from what made the Dark Knight so special, and they're trying to capitalize on it, and they're crushing it.
Let's take a break.
I love it.
Come back and we'll get to the way what a
Marvel. Come on, man.
Too many stinking shows with different things and segments. Stars Hollow.
Written in the Stars Hollow.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We're talking about Captain America, the Winter Soldier. It is time for the Wait What. It's where we talk about what in this movie made us go, wait, what? Right, guy?
Yeah, George Rush St. Pierre needs a better agent. This is 2013 GSP. For those who are not familiar, one of some people believe the greatest MMA fighter of all time, in his prime at this point in 2013. And he's a geek in this movie.
Yeah, he is.
I don't think he gets a move of offense in.
Nah.
I understand. Like, it's a Marvel movie.
Even Frank Grillo gets a couple of lines.
Frank Grillo gets multiple films.
Yeah.
George Rush St. Pierre couldn't get an arm bar.
Yeah, it's tough.
And so I don't know. I don't know what was going on there, but I would be upset. I hope he got a new agent after that. I'm available if he needs one.
Oh, okay. I see what happened there. I see what we just did.
I'll allow it.
Wow.
Yeah. Thank you, Brand. Love you.
Love you.
The early Disney Plus shows touch on this a little bit, but not really. It's never really addressed. How do the Avengers make money? Did you see Cap's apartment? Like, how is he paying for that? But also, it's like, shouldn't they be giving this guy like a sizable sum of money for what, especially what happened to him? He was frozen for almost 100 years.
Life in harm's way every day. I'm assuming that the military budget is pretty crazy.
But they don't work for them. They work for
S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah. But it's just a lot of questions
it's
there.
A gala. It's a gala.
They do an Avengers gala. Yeah.
They have an Avengers gala once a year. It raises.
All right, and they just disperse it
raise
evenly amongst
trillions
the Avengers.
of dollars.
Yeah. It's a really good night.
Yeah.
Amazing that no one ever thinks to shoot Cap's legs when he's holding the shield to block the
that
bullets.
Was mine. I can't believe somebody took this. No, he literally gets behind the shield and walks forward, and it's like, if you would just. If you just do this,
stormtrooper accuracy,
you will take his kneecaps out immediately.
Yeah, because again, he's a super. He's not invincible.
That's right.
That's
he can die.
Yeah. Yes. It's to say nothing of the fact that the aim is good when it needs to be and not when it like there are times
when it doesn't.
Yes, there are times where people just need to shoot him, and he's right there. No,
Yeah.
they missed me. Yay. But then, like, when they need to hit the shield and
That's right.
only the
That's right.
shield,
But
everybody's
this
nailing it.
He's point blank ducked behind that shield, and there's 2 feet of like.
Yeah, his legs are right there. Like,
if you
Those
just
2 legs.
like you literally, it would be tough sledding for him if you just pointed it down just a little. That's all.
off rip, it'd be tough sledding.
Off rip, you get it,
You
buddy.
got it,
You got it, Bucko.
Yeah, and then last one, I don't really remember this one, so I'm going to read it verbatim. Natasha and Fury getting Sam into the helicopter when this is the final set piece, when he jumps out of the exploding 41st floor. Okay, yeah, that's like the most insane thing any of these movies have ever done.
Yeah.
Like, I can believe that all of these folks have superpowers, but there is no way they could eyeball this. And also Sam he lands it clean. And they keep him in the car.
Yeah.
The movie's great. It's number 1, but this risked it being knocked down to number 2.
Well, that actually is another one of mine, which is in the first Captain America. When he first gets his powers, he's like floating for a block, and I made a wait, what about that? Then he doesn't do it the rest of the movie. And I wrote down the big jumps are back in a big way here.
Big way.
He is
Big jumps.
like, even not Sam, like Captain America's jumping out of skyscrapers and just landing on his shield, and he just gets up and keeps running.
He's good.
So like, we've definitely decided to err on the side of more powers for Captain America as opposed to the first movie and the Avengers.
Yes.
So,
that's it for me, Bran.
Listen, the chase scene with Nick Fury is amazing.
Amazing.
It is unbelievably reckless. There's just people, just everyday people out there be like, guys, you won't believe what I saw today. These guys split him, shooting this guy like crazy.
Yeah.
Who's that guy?
Yeah.
Who was that guy?
Yeah.
Why were they shooting at him?
Yeah.
And then he
Ammunition.
flipped. And then he flipped.
That's right.
And this guy came out looking crazy with his silver arms.
That's right.
And when he went in the
There's
car,
no neuralizer
that guy
either.
was
Yeah.
gone. Where'd that guy? Dude, can you imagine witnessing this?
Yeah.
It's just reckless.
I
Being
mean,
out
it's
in the
post
open.
Avengers
Yeah.
world. I think
So it's
everybody's
it's
just.
like,
but you're
Yeah,
right.
I mean, they've seen aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just another day in
Just
New
another day
York,
at the
another
office.
high-speed chase.
DC even.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. DC.
You gotta wonder, like, I agree. I'm not trying to get political here, but like all of these major things with the aliens and the Avengers all happen in the States. You'd think that these folks would move to Canada, right?
You'd think
like,
at some point.
Yeah.
You'd
like,
think so, yeah.
mass exodus to Toronto, right?
Natasha is opening up to Cap about what's happened to her, and she talks about this scar, right? And she mentions that she can't wear a bikini anymore. And
You all right, man?
Hilarious.
And Cap goes, I bet you still look pretty good in a bikini, buddy. I don't know if it's the time to be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to take this opportunity to talk about the fact that
I thought it was. He goes, I'm sure you look terrible. Like,
yeah.
He said
That's
it
what
as
it
a
was.
joke.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just she's opening up. She's being vulnerable, and he's like, now I'm thinking about it, and I bet it's still okay. And then I do want to acknowledge they go and they meet this guy on top of the roof, and they push, like he ends up falling off the roof. They and Sam, luckily,
Of course.
in full Falcon costume, catches him and puts him back on the roof. They are putting so much trust in him. This is the first thing
This
they
is the
do
runner
with
guy.
him.
They're doing it's runner
This
guy.
is the first thing they're
He'll
doing
Falcon
with
down there
him,
and
and they're
catch
like,
him,
"All
yeah.
right, let's do this
Absolutely.
thing. We'll make him fall off the roof. He'll think there for a little while. He's about to splat, and then you'll come up, you'll catch him, no problem. Big. It's a lot of trust for the first thing that you do with this guy. Is all
This
I'm
guy's
saying.
not even an Avenger.
He's not even an
Yeah.
Avenger.
Yeah.
He's-
No, he's just a dude.
He's just a
on
dude.
your
He
He
left.
won't even take a picture with them. Little do they
right.
know.
Little
right.
do they know. No, good luck. Oh, good luck. Dana?
Yeah, so there's a great scene in this movie where Falcon is trying to take down one of these ships, and they shoot these heat-seeking missiles at him, and he kind of goes around, and he comes back under, and he has all of the missiles hit this ship and takes him down. Awesome scene. What was his plan if they did not shoot 50 at one time at him? What was his plan? If they had just gone, what if we do one at a time, gang? Carl, just fire one. What was his plan? I'm pretty sure he goes down pretty quickly. I don't know how long he lasts if they don't decide, fire everything, kitchen sink. That's a little bit of an oversight on S.H.I.E.L.D's part to be like, it's one guy. Should we hit him with everything we've got? Yeah, we should. And they just throw everything at him. And Falcon, I guess, planned on that. He was like, yeah, they're gonna throw it all at him. We're gonna be good to go. We've not mentioned one time the venerable Robert Redford, who
He's good in this too.
He's so like reserved and calm and a really great villain in this movie, a baddie, if you will. And it's awesome. And at the end of this movie, we find out that this is so stupid, and I can't believe it got to me, that his safety precaution, his fail-safe on if anybody tries to stop him from pulling the trigger on this S.H.I.E.L.D. full Hydra takeover is he has an app on his phone, and if he pushes it, every guest in the building, in the room, is wearing a lapel that looks like burns them or shocks them to death. I'm not misreading that, right? That's what happened.
That's correct.
That's how I understood it. Yeah.
And so Natasha's got one on. And it's like, first of all, well, she's wearing a blazer. She probably could get the blazer off pretty quick. And then maybe not. Maybe you don't want to risk it. You know what I mean? Maybe she's wearing a blazer. She's wearing a full pantsuit. She could take
As someone who's tried to take off a blazer before, though,
yeah.
I wouldn't.
But you're not Natasha Romanoff. I mean, I want to be.
Get this thing off.
I know that you're brand eggs, but I get the feeling Natasha Romanoff could at least remove it from where it's touching her pretty quickly.
Sure.
And then she doesn't do that because it's like, okay, well, it's part of the deal. And then he hits her. He hits her with the 1-2, the taser, and you're like, wow. Turns out it was just set to stun. You know what I mean? Turns out it wasn't a big. His big foolproof plan was.
Yeah.
I'll mildly inconvenience everyone around me for a very small amount of time, and that'll show him. That'll teach him a lesson. What a terrible... He's been so good all movie, and the thing that you give him as his big show of power is... This is going to shock a little bit.
But the other two people that he does it to
they die, right?
Dead.
That's my other problem.
Did he switch it from death to stun?
Maybe he just ran out of power.
It's an ultimate record scratch for this movie. I really kind of hated that. And then lastly, we find out when Captain America's trying to jog Bucky's memory that his name is James Buchanan Barnes. Now, I would love to know, and somebody who's listening will tell me, if he's related to one President James Buchanan. If he's not, that's the worst name anyone could give a child. James Buchanan, an awful president and a terrible human being. And if it's a family name, great. He's named after that president, almost a consensus worst president we've ever had. Including all parties included, worst president we've ever had. Usually it's James Buchanan. That I can't imagine someone would be like, what if we named him? I would love to know that. And that's more of a What a Marvel, but I had a What a Marvel, so I used it there. That's all I got.
You know what?
Wow.
Also, Stan Lee cameo in the museum, A-. I really enjoyed the cameo. Really funny stuff. Good stuff.
All right, it's time for What a Marvel. It's where we ask any questions that we have, like, is his name really James Buchanan or something like that. Right, guy?
You know what's interesting is that we all mentioned the Chris Evans ScarJo chemistry, and they're friends the rest of the way. But minor spoiler, they never go back to like
it's never the same. It's never the same. It never is like they put her out there with Ruffalo, and they have a different chemistry that's not nearly as good as this chemistry, I might add.
And it just seems like if this was, and it's not, but it just seems like if this was like a 90s WB teen drama and it's the end of season 1, they go, oh, we really got something here with Chris Evans and ScarJo.
Right. Yes.
And they would have changed everything. And it's just interesting to me that's not what they do.
I think Scarlett Johansson is not only one of the best living American actors, but is better than Natalie Portman in virtually every way. She's unreal.
She's great.
Oh my gosh. Have you
I love Scarlett. See, this is the problem.
She's unreal. But my problem is that they stick her with
it was perfect.
They stick her with Hawkeye and Hulk. Just a sad sack and a guy on a bow and arrow. And I don't get it. I just don't understand. Her chemistry with Chris Evans is crazy in this movie. And she's so important in all these early movies. And then it's like, why hang out with the saddies? You know what I mean? And so they can kill the baddies. It doesn't make any sense.
It's surprising to me, Bran, that they never circle back to it. They have a good relationship the rest of the way, but it's never romantic ever again.
Nowhere never.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Nowhere never.
That's a great
Bucko.
point.
You got it.
Yeah. Can somebody, I could just Google this, but so the Nick Fury eye thing, I don't know if people know that he wears an eye patch, right? And so Batty tells him, "Hey, we've wiped your stuff with your eye," but he's like, "Don't worry, I've got another one." And then it's the eye that he has the eye patch over. Does Nick Fury have a second scan in there under like a different name? Like
I don't know. It's a good
he
question.
wiped them entirely from the system, fingerprints, eye scan, Nick Fury goes, "Well, don't worry." Bam.
Got him.
And then scans it with his eye patch eye. But wouldn't that have still been connected to the name
I guess
Nick Fury?
because
I
his
believe
eye. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, Dan. I think we're supposed to believe that since his other eye is so drastically different.
It's two accounts.
But
Yeah.
but to your point,
It still doesn't.
the name would still be your. I think you're
Right.
I think it's
still,
a better way.
still
What?
a little wonky.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Well, that's
I think you nailed it, Bran.
Just in the wrong category, according to the right guy.
Well, I okay. All right, cool. I mean, you guys can do it next week. I'll sit it out. I'll set it out.
Do you understand what a Marvel is, Bran? Do you get it?
I think we're all a little fuzzy.
Dan did it. Is he related to James Buchanan the way one? We were like, yeah.
Exactly.
It was great.
It's about how
I asked an honest question about, hey, how's the eyeball set up in the system? And Right Guy is like, no, you don't get it. You don't get the show that you made.
fantastic.
Oh, man.
So I notoriously detest Captain America: Civil War. I think it's everything that's wrong with these movies, and that's my opinion from when I watched it 10 years ago. I've not seen it since, and there was no fun in it because there were no stakes in it, and it was just fluff and a lot for no reason. That's my opinion of that movie. I have no problem giving it a second shot. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. This movie sets up the fact that, and I literally, and you know this probably, Right Guy, I had to look this up because I'm watching this movie and I realized that in Civil War, the big divide is Steve Rogers and Tony Stark. One of them wants government oversight, and one of them does not want government oversight. And those two, after what happened to Steve Rogers in Winter Soldier, he doesn't trust the government at all. And Iron Man has notoriously, in all of his previous movies, told the government to F off. And so I already hate Civil War. I already really don't like it. And now, after watching this movie and being so incredibly compelled and enthralled by this movie, realized I'm going in with a bitter taste in my mouth because I don't remember for the life of me. That's why
Set it up. They do set it up.
Okay. I don't remember.
I'm not telling you you're going to like the setup, but they do address it.
For the life of me, I don't remember how from this movie we get to a place where Tony Stark is going, "Nah, Steve, government has our best interest in mind." I don't remember how we get there, and I think it's stupid. Now, as someone who likes, in my real life, who likes and believes we need government oversight, different story than the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where there is clear and present reason to not trust the government with superhero stuff because we've seen the Winter Soldier. But for Tony Stark, because spoiler alert, Bran, Tony Stark is the guy that is going to be on the side of the government. I just don't know how you get there from here. And I just don't know how you can make it credible. And I'm
especially when the other guy has America in his name.
America in his name. So I already hate.
Bran, that would have been a better all the feels what you just did.
I already hate.
Send me the rest of your notes after.
I already hate Civil War for everything that it is, and this isn't helping. But I'm in 4 movies from now. Because we got Guardians and Ant-Man and Ultron. I'm willing to give it another shot. But this movie, as good as it was, did make me already upset about Civil War, and we're not even there yet. So there's that. Okay, what a Marvel.
Sorry, I got a little. I thought you were going to talk longer, so I took that. I said,
Nick
okay.
Fury's eye, though, it's still connected to his body, right?
Maybe one was under Nick Fury and one was under
Nicholas. You get it.
That's what I'm wondering.
Saint Nicholas.
That's what I'm. Wait, is it under a different name? And does that name also happen to have full access to everything?
Oh, clearly, yes.
It's just literally says, "Don't even try. Got rid of all your stuff." It's like, well, how about this bad boy? You get rid of this one, Probably.
Such a great wait what, Bran. Such a great wait what. This
Yeah,
is really
I'm
good.
done.
Deck the Hallmarks of Bramble Jam podcast. Bucko, produced by Brandon Gray, and yeah, that Greenville, South Carolina.
Doctor Strange next week.
For more information on the show, not even close, right? Not
Guardians of the
even close.
Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy. DeckTheHallmark.com, at Deck the Hallmark on the socials. Bramble Jam Plus, best corner of the internet, ad-free podcasting, live video watch-alongs, movie chat, so much more. Leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts. Thanks. Bye-bye. Yeah, Doctor Strange
4
isn't
weeks
even in
away,
the
guys. Shove
Would have
off.
been a better wait what.